Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading for June 16th to the 22nd. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. Virgo, this is a week. It is a very pivotal week, very important week. And you see what's happening, right? You see what's happening. But listen, let me remind you, Venus is in her domicile, right? In Taurus. So that's already a big deal for you. And that's all month long. I talk about in your June forecast. Taurus being a fellow earth sign like you're really going to vibe off that. And then remember, Jupiter just moved into Cancer last week, June 9th. You've got that for a year. Jupiter's exalted in Cancer, bringing you this fresh new energy. And there's so much comfort here. It's in your 11th house of your future hopes, wishes, dreams, aspirations, goals, all of that. And your social network is just going to expand. It doesn't even have to be social. It just, everything is like social when it comes to the 11th house, but it can be friendships, it can be your communities, it can be the masses. Like, this is big. This is big. So you're in for a treat, all right? And I know I dropped these forecasts a few days before the actual week begins. So a lot of y'all may be watching this right at that full moon in Sagittarius we just had. And of course, you're going to feel that really strongly, Virgo, as well, because, you're a mutable sign just like Sagittarius. And that was a very lucky full moon. So you may feel these blessings around home. You have so much concentration on home and family and the foundations of your life, significant other, children, real estate. I mean, it just seems like a lot of y'all actually may have moved, maybe moving, that's there, okay? But remember, it was a Jupiter ruled full moon in Sagittarius, right? Jupiter rules Sagittarius. The moon rules Cancer. Jupiter is in Cancer. You see that mutual reception. So there could be some lucky moments that, again, let this play out. This is amazing. Now, one of the reasons why this is going to be one of the biggest weeks for you is because now you're working with all these new energies, and all the aspects here are between 0 to 2 degrees of fresh new beginnings. So everyone, every sign, they're now experiencing things that they never have in their life, and walking and moving through, things that they've never have in their life, launching things they never have in their life. Because remember, these planets are in new signs that it's been hundreds of years for many of them. And Saturn is conjuncting Neptune. Don't forget that. That's happening all summer long. And Saturn and Neptune, they're just a degree apart. You're really feeling that. You're really feeling that. That's in Aries. Remember, that's your 8th house of transformation, of death and rebirth. You've got the South Node in your sign all year. And so there's this new you that for out of all the signs, really like new you for Virgos. And remember, there's sextile Uranus and Pluto. You're feeling that. You're going to feel that a lot. We'll talk more about that next month, where you'll feel a lot more next month. Uranus trine Pluto next month. You're going to feel a lot more strongly than now, but you're still feeling it. You're feeling it. You throw in Jupiter, freshly new in Cancer, 0, 1, 2 degrees. You know what I mean? Like all this new energy. And so I talk more about that full moon in Sagittarius, by the way. And I did a Saturn Neptune video. I'll leave both of those at the end of this video, but Tuesday is your day. June 17th, you got Mars moving in your sign. You haven't had this in 2 years. So this is amazing for you because this is Mars. And this is bonkers. So you have this until August 6th. You got this for 2 months. Use it. This is all about you. This is you. Mars is giving you that energy, that passion, that drive, that assertiveness, that willpower for anything that you want in your life. This is in your sign. Where do you want to put that energy, right? How do you want to transform? And this is very practical, grounded energy, hardworking, motivated to change and improve and, all that Virgo energy. Remember, Virgo, there's that, just the sign of Virgo has that perfectionist energy. It can get to that. So with Mars and Virgo, because it can be aggressive, just remember not to be overly critical or, this week, especially with all this Neptunian energy that we'll talk about. But Mars is not seeking perfection, right? Nobody's perfect. We're all human. Feel this out. You are a mutable sign. You're really good at changes, adapting, and again, I told you this in your monthly forecast. There's going to be, when Mars conjuncts the South Node in your sign, that's going to be in July. So there's something where it is this true transformation you're going through, where it is out with the old, in with the new. All right. So use this, and you see Mars sextile Jupiter. That with 2 degrees, by the way, two. It's going to move into three, but you'll start feeling it now. That's how strong Mars sextile. They're two inner planets. You're gonna feel this, okay? And remember, Jupiter expands. Jupiter's in Cancer. Your future hopes, wishes, long-term goals, dreams. You're good. You're good already. All right. You are going to be seeing the big picture. You're going to have these moments of, what do I want? Life purpose, all of that. And just as a reminder, Mars is physicality, and Virgo does rule like health. And so there may be some, you may just be very active too. It's really nice. And remember, you are all about service to others as well. So there is this just action you're taking for other people involved as well, and supporting others. It's just this really beautiful energy that's happening for you. All right. Now, Wednesday, and strong. All right. Now, Wednesday, June 18th, Jupiter will square Neptune at 2 degrees. And so remember, over the weekend, Jupiter squared Saturn. Yeah. And so you see over this weekend, the upcoming weekend, you've got the sun squaring Saturn and Neptune as well. Okay. Neptune's going to be, that perfection's on the 23rd, but you're going to feel all of those squares this week. Okay. And they come as a package deal. So let's do it all in one go. All right. First things first, do not sign anything or agree to anything this week. Okay. You want to wait until next week, when we have the luckiest day of the year, when we have one of the luckiest new moons of the year, that portal, yeah, that's opening up for you, and your 11th house of your future hopes, and also 11th house, like I said, community, friendships, benefactors, allies. I mean, even social media could be a big thing for you here. So this week, because of the squares, it's just a good idea because people can try to pressure you into certain things. You have so much home stuff happening. It could be even like a realtor saying, buy this, just there may be something here. All right. Also, it could be something with a partnership, a relationship, business partners as well. So just bear that in mind. Just hold out. If you have to sign anything or whatever, do you. I'm just letting you know a better window would be next week, okay? Because even just Sun and Saturn squaring Neptune alone, that can be a little la la land, all right? And you're already working with new energies, so you could, it's just head in the clouds with this Neptune energy. Things can be a little bit fuzzy, and it clears. Remember, this is temporary, so again, clearing by next week. Now, the other thing is, something will most likely test your belief system. It could be a circumstance, it could be a person, it could be something with family, okay? Parents, children, significant other, loved ones, something within the home sector as well. The other thing is, you throw in Mars and Virgo, there could be some situations that make you really hard on yourself. And even, throwing in there's a lot of things here with, there could be some overconfidence too. So remember, this is a lot of cardinal energy where all the aspects, the transits are asking you to be that leader, right? In this brand new area in your life. And it'll play out this summer. It could even be just a brand new circumstance. Jupiter does inflate, Saturn constricts, Neptune confuses. Even the sun in Gemini, the first half can be overthinking, overanalyzing, too much stimulation. So use the higher expressions. Saturn, mastery of self, being real with yourself. Jupiter, optimism, self-belief. Neptune, creativity, right? Compassion, imagination, vision boards. Yeah. So work with those energies, and you'll get through this. And remember, if you're vibrating a high frequency, the less you even feel those, okay? So it's all about staying grounded in your authentic self, even having moments to yourself, maybe spending time in nature, asking yourself, what does my intuition tell me about this? Speaking things into the ether. And it's okay to ask for help and support if you need it, all right? Don't be shy. And I'm saying this for all signs because it can get it's a four-way square, all right? That's overlapping. So there definitely will be something that you just can't sit on because something will come up. But like I said, there's something here. Saturn's in the mix. Saturn is karma. This is your first real test with Saturn. Practice patience, wax on, wax off, and take those inspired actions. You're going to be fine. All right. You pass this test, you're rewarded. So just stay true to you. Now, June 18th, and even the test that whatever it is, it could even be like the smallest takeaway, like, oh, I handled that well. All right. Now, June 18th, I believe I told you this in your monthly forecast. If not, I'm going to tell you again. June 18th, it's not on the whiteboard, but pay attention to think, pay attention to the morning, afternoon, yeah, even evening. Just pay attention all day because Mercury's going to be, Mercury's in Cancer, right? With Jupiter. And Mercury's going to be at 17 degrees. Now, think about February 24th. Give it a day or two, right? Or around that time. Mars went direct then. Remember, Mars was retrograde for a long time? Mars went direct at 17 degrees in Cancer. And so Mercury, your ruling planet, is picking up that vibration at that 17-degree point. What happened around that last week of February, right? What was that delay? Remember, Mars couldn't deliver, right? It had no energy. What was something that you wanted, or something that was delayed in? There may be something here now. So pay attention because it's Mercury. So communication, something in a form of communication, something about your future hopes, wishes, long-term goals, dreams. Remember Mercury and Jupiter in Cancer in that area of your life. Social media, maybe there's a DM that's coming through about something that you want or wanted, or maybe something from a friend. You hear something from a friend about something. Maybe you find an old letter or something as well that fell behind the couch that you're just like, oh, I needed that. Or there's so many possibilities, but it's just interesting to see, right? Now, Friday, June 20th, I mean, the sun moves into Cancer. So happy summer and happy winter in the Southern Hemisphere. Happy solstice. This is a big deal. All right. Solstice has always been taken very seriously back to ancient times that, you can go to, Giza or Stonehenge, any ancient monument. They always mark the passage of time, right? So solstice was always a big deal because you're marking the season of planting to growing now. All right. And the Cancer season for the next 4 weeks is all about growth. It's all about your emotional growth and expansion. Jupiter in Cancer, a lot of emotional abundance. So things are, and again, all this new energy that's already happening, ooh, you're going to feel this. It's going to be really nice. And again, your 11th house. So there's so much happening for you, so much growth, so much new you, right? Cancer is, the water sign, right? Emotion. So there's a lot of emotions here. Cancer is a crab, lives in water, it carries its home in its back. That's why Cancer rules the 4th house of home, right? So you will have emphasis on home, security, family, nurturing, emotional grounding, your parental, maternal, paternal side, all of that coming up. Also leadership, just resilience. Cancer is ruled by the moon, so definitely intuition heightened as well. Go with the flow with the go. This is going to be really, really nice in your 11th house. Again, no one else's 11th house, it's yours. So at this point, you have Mercury, the Sun, and Jupiter in Cancer. You have a stellium here amplifying this energy, putting a huge spotlight for the next 4 weeks, and your future hopes, wishes, long-term goals, wishes, dreams. But you've got a lot of spiritual activity. We will have the moon conjunct the North Node in Pisces. There's got to be something here with partnerships, relationships, legal matters as well, especially with Venus and Taurus. There could be some money matters. You got Saturn, Neptune, and Aries, and wealth building. So you got a lot. You got a lot. All right. Now Sunday, great stuff, right? All this growth. Now, Sunday, June 22nd. Yeah, we talked about the squares. Mars sextile Jupiter. So remember, you're going to feel that all week. It's obviously concentrated over the weekend. And remember, this is rare. We don't even get it next year. We get it again September 2027, your birthday season. So This sextiles, remember, windows of opportunity. They help you, thrive and prosper and grow. That's what's happening now. And Mars is in your sign, sextiling Jupiter in Cancer, where Jupiter is exalted and is luck and good fortune and profit and expansion and abundance. And it's in your 11th house. Please take advantage of this. Sextiles are amazing, but you've got to take that action. Obviously, it's Mars, But anyway, this is big. If you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising, your moon, for your sister, mother, daughter, whoever it is, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus will feel this the most. I'm also going to throw in Sagittarius and Aries. And that's the thing, is like everyone's gonna feel this though. It's so strong. Again, it's strong. Now, if you know your birth chart, your natal chart, if you have any plans in any of the signs I just mentioned between 0 to 4 degrees, oh yeah, you're gonna feel this. You're gonna feel this. All right, now, that's it. That's it. We do have we just remember everything's building up to that new moon. Luckiest date next week. That's barely big. So let's see what's going on for you. Virgo, let's see what's going on for you. See, for Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, June 16th to the 22nd. All right. Virgo, y'all are amazing. I can't even I gotta figure out how to load that the letters. I can't even read it with my glasses on. Virgo, what are y'all doing? I'll crack me up. I do a traditional cultic crest spread. Offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, y'all are amazing. You really are going through some big transformations, and I really love this weekend for you. We will have the moon conjunct Venus, by the way, in Taurus. That's going to be special too, and we'll talk about in the second spread where you do the luminations, but and asteroids and planetoids, because they're stuff, but we haven't had that in a year. You don't get that for another year. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, you are going through some really big change. You're really good, and you do have opportunities. Okay, this is big. You got the star. Everything's aligning for you. Okay, now the star, that is your hopes, which is the stars aligning for you. Everything's aligning for you. All right. But with Mars in your sign, use that. Mars is strength, right? Mars is like power. Feel it. The star is all about self-belief. Okay. It's belief in the universe. It's belief in yourself. Remember, I said you're moving into the season of growth. Everything growing for you. Look at the water bear here. This card is attributed to Aquarius, by the way. Yeah. You got Pluto in Aquarius. That's in your 6th house. You natively rule that. That's everyday activities, work, health, all of that. Look at the water bear pouring onto the land. There's that growth. Everything within your world growing now. And you're seeing it. All right? You're seeing it. If not, you will this week. Or you. And 8-pointed stars. 8 stars. Card 17. 1 plus 7 equals 8. Referencing the strength card. So that strength, that inner courage, that power, that belief. You're good. You got the 4 of swords. Yeah. So you got the 4 of swords in the heart of your spread. There's that rest, that retreat. There could have been a lot going on that you're going through. And then this week, yeah, there may still even be with those squares. It's honestly how you handle those energies. But this can be a week where it feels like there's some big things that you're sitting on that you need to make decisions on. Again, wait until next week. But that's saying you have all this comfort. And there is a sense of, just that soul nourishing. That's what this night's doing, right? Even the swords, look at where they're pointed. Heart chakra, throat chakra, crown chakra. So really having that moment for yourself, that equilibrium of, even the state of mind and taking that time for yourself, it's going to be really nice, because that's when you really connect with everything within, your inner voice, your higher mind, all of that intuition. But also, again, this is just, that nice, again, with Mars and Virgo, that's going to be a lot of amplified energy, for the next 2 months for you. So it's really good to just get prepared too, right? But it does seem like there's stuff you're moving through where you're gonna see opportunities open up, or several paths as well. So you gotta trust your intuition, and you have to not resist the changes. That would be the biggest thing, okay? Death is great. It's one of the best cards. You've got Saturn and Neptune conjuncting in your eighth house of death and rebirth, transformation. So it's in your challenge area. So just don't resist any changes, okay? That's happening in your life. What do I say? Like, go with the flow, flow with the go, move with the energy. Again, there can be a little bit of fogginess this week, but next week, oh yeah, you're gonna have all that clarity. You're gonna feel a lot more of that Jupiter energy. So just keep that in mind. It also seems like there may be there is a true like ending with a partner. There's an ending with someone else that may be possible, okay? And it may be like a boss. It maybe it just, just there, but it's what you need. That's why you need to take that time. Now, you got the moon and the wheel of fortune. Like I don't even know what to say. Like the moon in your crown. So yeah, this is needed, all right? Because there could be a lot of things that you may be overthinking or analyzing, or even just your subconscious. Like there's a lot of things coming up to the surface this week, all right? So remember, trust your intuition. You even see, I'm going to show you here, okay? That's card 80. 1 plus 8 equals 9, referencing the hermit. You even see the hermit's face in the moon, all right? So really, this is asking you this week, go within, all right? Even if you feel people tugging you in different directions, go within, all right? You don't have to answer to anyone immediately. Wait until next week, all right? All right, but you do, but that's what I'm saying. Next week is just a lot better. There you go. All right. Wheel of Fortune attributed to Jupiter. I mean, you're feeling the wheels turning in your favor in these new paths opening up for you in ways you couldn't ever imagine. You're gonna feel it this week. That's why you need to take that time to okay, which direction and what's even there again. I'm getting multiple paths, and it could be even in different areas of your life, like multiple paths in your domestic sector, like your home sector, multiple paths in your career sector. So again, it honestly, with what's going on with you, it can be a little overwhelming. That's why this is necessary, but this is amazing because you even want it. All right. And remember, Wheel of Fortune, I mean, that's a 10. So there's that new beginning, that new direction, new journey. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely amazing. What's really interesting, there's a sense of mystery here too, as in not knowing the future. That's fine. Again, just wait until next week. I think it's gonna be a lot more clear next week. But that's all I'm saying is you may not know. You may feel it, but you may not know which direction certain things will go. Once again, wait until next week. But just know paths are opening up for you. All right. Now you have the Two of Pentacles in your future. So that's you kind of, deciding which path, right? Again, opportunities coming in, different paths, different timelines, different everything. But at the end of the day, it's just you taking that time to know which one to move forward. What makes your heart sing? What makes your soul sing? But also at the same time, it's prioritizing, right? The ones that or this is my life path, my journey forward, and it's bringing this sense of balance. This is so much balance. In fact, this is a Libra card, that stillness, like I said, that brings that inner balance. But also, this card is a little imbalance. So again, prioritizing. And it's because there may be a lot of different things you have to choose between. I'll even clarify that one for you, that Two of Pentacles. Yeah. There you go. And you got the Page of Wands. So there it is. There's your affirmation. Just know which direction, and you may have to drop one of these pentacles to have that, right? But it's your journey. This is just saying there may be a moment where you have to prioritize something over the other. And that Page of Wands, new journey, new beginning. You're ready to go. Passions. This is a lot of in it to win it energy. Okay, let's get going. You're good. Virgo. Oh my goodness. Y'all, if you like this reading, would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. What is going on, Virgo? You're going through some really big change. You're going through some big change this week. Um, and you know I love y'all. All right, so yeah, okay, there we go. I love how the wise owl is looking at. Okay, anyway, you got the tower, right? But this is really interesting because when you see what's happening here, what's coming up for me, and that's interesting, the fifth court card, um, it really does feel like there is something that does have to go. And I think that may be something that you may be sitting on. So take that time. Okay. There's that resistance. Something definitely has to. And it may be, and it's almost like it's you that's going to bring this. It's like, okay, when push comes to shove, I really have to, I'm going to bring this tower moment diplomatically. But that's the only way I can see my way forward. You know, when the tower falls, Phoenix rising from the ashes. All right. So have that. Okay. And even it is pretty much you. The tower is attributed to the planet Mars, right? Mars is moving into your sign. This is you. All right. So now you have the Six of Swords. Great. This is moving forward, leaving any chaos or calm. That's why this is good. Yeah. Because once you have that, you can move forward. You see the Six of Swords? Everything's harmonizing, right? This is in your external factors area, especially up here. You have the moon in your crown. You have the Four of Swords up here. It's clearing things. It's also having that, when I say, like being honest with yourself, being real with yourself, that type of energy that's in your eighth house, it's saying like, okay, this has happened or this is happening. I recognize it. I've acknowledged it. That's me being real with myself. I'm now, okay, it's happened. Now moving forward, okay? I've worked with that energy. I've taken my time to work with that energy. Look at my finger, the turbulent water. Look at the direction they're going. It's calm, all right? So it's from this chaos to this calm, especially of the mind, all right? So this is really great. And it seems like someone else is involved here too, by the way. There could be someone here. I'm getting a lot of family energy and work energy. That's what's happening for you anyway. But you do have, I mean, with Jupiter and Cancer, it could be a friend, right? Or a community or whatnot as well. Nine of Wands, okay? So there's something here where it's almost like this is really great because you're hanging in there. This is saying like, yeah, I just gone through a lot. I don't want it to, I'm ready for all this, heavier energies to pass. But that's the thing. They will. They will. A lot of it's up here. And a lot of it's in the, subconscious. That's why this is really nice. Okay. Actually everything here. Just don't resist the changes, transformation you're going through. And then you have the Four of Pentacles. So again, there's a sense of like bringing that stability and structure to something new that's happening in your life. All right. And the Four of Pentacles is, it's interesting that I said Capricorn before because this card is attributed to Capricorn and Capricorn does rule your fifth house. And so there is a sense, and fifth house is joy and pleasure, and it is family, and it is children, and it is, relationships and love. But it's also things that really just make you happy, right? So there's a lot happening. Creative projects, creativity. Remember, that's the fifth house. So create, right? The root of creativity. So there's something there, everything I just mentioned, where you are now in the process of putting that structure in for the long term, right? And a lot of it's money related, finances related. Remember with that Two of Pentacles, which is also a Capricorn card, by the way. And so there is something here where it's almost like it's for you. It really is bringing fun and joy into the things that you're doing. You're going to see that happening here, and giving yourself permission to as well. With the moon in your crown, that Four of Swords. It's really, again, just don't be hard on yourself this week because you see a lot happening for you. All right, Virgo. So next week, well, you want me to, I'll do a clarifier for you. I was going to clarify the Four of Pentacles. Hey, move back. Why am I talking to? Yeah, that's it. There it is. So I was like, there's something here. I'm going to see one more. I want to see something. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So there's something here with that Eight of Swords, right? And then you've got that Four of Cups as well. So when I said earlier, something that you've got to infuse this joy, pleasure, and give yourself permission to have that and not overthink things, right? And over, like that, like have that clarity. And again, that Neptune energy can be really strong this week. But you see, everything is happening for you. It looks like you're moving into this new place. That's why this Tower moment is for you to use. This is you. Yeah. Now, that's, you see that Eight of Swords and I'm going to show you something. Let me see if you got it anywhere. Okay. No, this is it. So, Eight of Swords. Yeah. This is what we call like the self-victim card. Overthinking, overanalyzing, not facing her realities, her truths, closing herself off. Four Cups. Crossing off his heart, but also he's closing himself off. But this is a card, it's attributed to Moon and Cancer, right? But because there are lower expressions of everything. But anyway, he's already got 3 cups. There's a 4th cup coming in. But there's something here where it's just like, they're not the happiest. Yeah. Even now, when you have this, now you see the 4 of Pentacles in a different way. He's distanced himself from everyone. And he's also crossing off his heart. Yeah. So when I say bringing pleasure and fun into your life and giving yourself permission to do something, to go after something that is part of your future hopes, wishes, and dreams, you have Jupiter there for an entire year. So again, a lot of this is self-belief and not resisting changes, okay? And again, you are a mutable sign, but that is very that's linking to the Death card and to the Tower moment. You have to have the Tower moment. There's some things that you have to, and the Moon, by the way. And so you can't resist there's something here that there's going to be changes, transformations, but it's like, once that happens, don't think that, oh, this is it. Things are playing out. Remember, there's a lot of foggy energy this week. Things are going to be playing out for you in an amazing way, in ways that you could not believe. And so the 4 of Cups itself it's like, there's got to be more. There's an energy of that with this 8 of Swords, but you've got to be able to believe it and see it, okay? Right here. And there is, and let others into your life. You're going to. You have Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter expands your social network or just your network. It can be your LinkedIn community. It will happen. You can't resist it. It will happen. The more you fight things, the harder things are going to be for you. But yeah, so this is just saying that through the process, remember, it's everything is leading up to some bigger things that are happening end of June, July, and August. And then when we get to September, the eclipse season, okay, where you have a new moon solar eclipse in your life or in your sign. So when I say your life is changing, your life is changing. All right, Virgo. But you have to be, at the end of the day, it really is like compromise. There's got to be compromise here, but you got to trust your intuition and not, and really embrace that 4 of Swords energy. And again, I did say partnerships, relationships. I'm pulling one more card for you. What was it? 4 of Wands. Yeah. So you can have that. You can have that. Just don't, just find things that bring you pleasure and joy and give yourself permission to have it. This is a card of milestones, getting that dream job, launching your own business, getting your book published, getting married, having a baby, all of that. It's all here. It's all here. Okay? You can have it. Just everything I said. All right, I'm going way too long. Virgo, thanks so much. Next week, remember, it's not just the luckiest day of the year or one of the luckiest new moons of the year. You have the Sun sextile Mars in your sign. You have Mercury, your ruling planet, sextiling Uranus. You have, the list goes on, right? So A lot of great stuff. And then, second spread. We have 3 major lunar conjunctions. I mean, and we have a last quarter moon, by the way, that's conjuncting the North Node in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, legal matters. And there's so much that's happening. So tier 3 members, really good, and legendary members, you know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. This is where we talk about the asteroids and the planetoids and the lunations, and Juno's really in the mix. Anyway, all right, y'all. Chiron too, yeah. All right, y'all. Virgos, y'all are amazing. Just you got great new things happening. Have your moment. There's you just at the end of it. Yeah. Okay. So that's a lot of major arcanas for the week. Anyway, all right, you're good. I love y'all. Y'all are good. You're amazing. You look at what's on the other side. All right. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.